Hey guys, we are going to move on to a brand new unit, Unit 8. And Unit 8 is all about South Asia. And so when we talk about South Asia, we're talking about the area around India, basically. India itself is kind of its own little subcontinent. It's so massive. People call it a subcontinent, and it kind of juts out into the Indian Ocean. I'm going to show you a little map right here. But if you're looking at a map and you see that big country that kind of juts out into the ocean, that's India. And then there's 6 other countries around there. When we talked about Southwest Asia, we went all the way over to Afghanistan. And then we kind of stopped right there and we didn't get to Pakistan. So the next country over is Pakistan. So you have Afghanistan, which is over here, and Southwest Asia over here. But as you start working this way, you get into Pakistan, and then you get into India, a subcontinent, okay? And then you get into Bangladesh. Bangladesh is it's a long word for kind of a little area. And Bangladesh and Pakistan have some history. They were actually kind of Pakistan West and Pakistan East for a while, had a war, crazy stuff. So those are kind of connected. Well, India is kind of its own little deal. And then you have a couple other countries up here, Nepal, and you have Bhutan. And both of those are right up here, and these are in the Himalaya mountain range. And these are kingdom countries. A lot of times we'll call them hermit countries. They kind of keep to themselves. They actually don't let a whole lot of people go in there. They limit the amount of foreigners or visitors that come to these areas. And they're very much connected. And then you have 2 other countries that are kind of connected. And you have Sri Lanka, which is right down here. It's kind of a teardrop little island off the coast of India. And then you have a whole bunch of islands. These are hundreds of islands out here. All those islands together, they make up the country of Maldives. And so you have Maldives and Sri Lanka, which are kind of connected. And so they're kind of connected culturally, religiously. India is its own deal because it's so massive. India, when you compare it to the United States, matter of fact, this entire area of South Asia, when you compare it to the United States, this entire area is half the size of the United States. But when you look at population-wise, India alone has over 6 times as many people as us. They have almost 2 billion people. It's the second most populated country in the entire world. When you look at the population density of India, it is all purple. When you look at population density of the United States, you're going to see a little purple spot up in around New Jersey and maybe New York City, going down to Washington, D.C., and that megalopolis area. You're going to see a little bit in Miami. You're going to see a little bit in Houston, a little bit in Dallas-Fort Worth. You're going to see a little bit over here in Los Angeles or up in Chicago. But the rest of our country isn't like that. You look at India, it's all purple. There are billions of people there, and they are everywhere. And so it is packed there in India. So a couple things you should know: really highly densely populated, okay? The other thing is you have the Himalayan mountain range. That Himalayan mountain range goes right there from northern India all the way through Nepal, Bhutan, all the way through here. The backside of it is China. And so you have the Himalayan mountain range, the largest mountain range in the entire world, the home to Mount Everest. And so there's a lot of interesting things about this area. And so we're going to jump into that. Matter of fact, probably today or tomorrow. But as we're doing this, as you guys have probably heard from last week's announcement from the governor on Monday or on Friday, he announced that there wasn't going to be any more school this year. And I don't know about you guys, but I really hate that. I really enjoy going to school and seeing you guys there and doing all the sports and all the different things that we do. And so it bums me out. But with that being said, it doesn't bum me out so much that we're not going to do anything. We're still going to do a little bit, but I'm just telling you, it's going to be a little bit. Because it's going to be a little bit, make sure you do the work. Check on here. Some days it's going to say, hey, read this section and not have any work. Some days it's going to have a little bit of work. You're only going to have work to do, actual work to do a couple days a week, maybe, if that. And so get on here, do the work, do the best you can, and you're going to pass the class. But if you're not doing the work, I have to put zeros in the grade book, and I don't want to do that. So do the best you can. You'll pass the class if you do the work. Okay. So Thanks for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna get back to work. I'm out in my shop working today. I'll give you a little tour of the shop. It's also a little bit of a weight room, but we got a little bit of everything in here, and lots of toys to play with. And so I'm building some stuff today, and just trying to fill my time with something productive. So I hope you guys can do the same thing. Stay safe, and I hope I see you guys soon somehow.